So I was invited to this like invite only Minecraft server a few weeks ago, right? Well, I guess a week ago, maybe a week and a half. It hasn't been super long, but it's long enough for where I'm getting pretty established, you know. I'm playing on it while we're chatting because I feel like I can do both at the same time. But I was at work and the server has a plugin that like uploads the Minecraft chat into a Discord channel so that people on Discord can chat into the Minecraft chat and vice versa. And I saw this person was like alone online, and so I was like, "Oh hey, how's it going? Like, how's what you working on?" And they were like, "Oh, I'm good, I'm good. I I am scared of the underground though, so I haven't gotten like any iron at all. Like I have tons of food and crops and everything else, but like don't have any minerals at all." And I was like, "Oh darn, that sucks." And I've met them briefly on the server, and they are, I think, my closest neighbor out of all of the other players. Like, legitimately, they have the closest house to mine because everyone is just so spread out. They're still like 500 blocks away from me, but they're still like the closest player, you know.
You're still a hermit somewhere out in the Great
Yes,
Beyond, but
I'm still a hermit, and so is everyone else. It's not just a me thing. But
no,
uh, I was like, oh well, I have tons of iron. Do you want some? And they were like, oh yeah, sure. And I was like, okay, do you know where my base is? Because you are like my closest neighbor. You should know where it is in theory. And they were like, no, I don't. Could you give me the coordinates? And I've been doing my best to memorize the coordinates to my Minecraft base because people keep fucking asking for them. Because I've been having the like easily the most visitors on the server of like everyone else has been at my base. And so I was like, oh, it's my coordinates are 500 negative 1300, and they went, okay, okay, and they started on their way, and I want to clarify that at the same time I said I should be just south of you, like in the same sentence. So this is not entirely on me because this person clearly does not know their directions. I was at work when I said this. I drove half an hour home and got on the Minecraft server while I was waiting for us to start recording. And they were still on, and I was like, "Oh, hey, did you get the iron?" And they were like, "No, I actually just got here." And I was like, "Oh." And I'm like flying around my base a little bit, and I'm not seeing their name pop up on my map at all. And so I'm like, "Hold on one sec." And I look at the coordinates I sent them, and it's 500 negative 1300. And I look at the coordinates on my map, and I'm at a negative 500 positive 1300. And I'm like, oh, I sent them to like literally the opposite side of the world. Yeah, that's not where my base is. Sorry about that. I'll just bring you some iron if that's cool with you. And they were like, I'm laughing so hard right now. Like I cannot believe that this has happened. And I like corrected my mistake and I told them like the proper coordinates and stuff, and you know, they were a good sport about it. I brought them iron. But they were like maybe 10,000 blocks from their house, I want to say, when I finally got home and realized my fuck up. So and they don't have any quick means of travel. I'm one of like 3 people on the Minecraft server right now that has an elytra, and nether highways have not been set up at all. So getting around the server is just like a chore right now. Like it is genuinely just like I am walking from this building to this building, and they are 5,000 blocks apart, and so I will be walking 5,000 blocks, and that is like
big adventure.
that's how 95% of the servers getting around right now, and so I feel a little bad because they definitely spent like 45 minutes walking across the map to get iron when I was like maybe 3 minutes of a walk away from them.
I thought for a minute you were gonna say you were gonna like try to blame it on them, just be like, "Oh, you must have read it wrong, idiot, big dumb idiot." I thought you
No,
were about to
no,
spin it that way.
no, 100% my fault. Which is why before we started recording, I said, "Damn, I kind of feel bad about this thing I just did," because I was like actively giving them the iron when I was saying that. But I realized my fuck up and was immediately like, oh god, oh god, oh god. Like I
As a
immediately like took to the sky to fly over to them and wasted over half my rockets getting to them as fast as I did.
like the signal, we made a mistake.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's how I feel every time I send a Discord message. Because after I send, I'm like, that's not funny at all. That's really stupid. Fuck. And I just have to immediately close my phone and just sit there.
Is that what happened earlier when you tried to make that joke about where I worked?
That's what happens every time I send a message. It
Okay,
especially
but,
happened
like,
there
like,
because
okay, yeah.
I got it wrong.
Yeah.
Like that GIF I sent you of Mr. Bean with the umbrellas in his hair. That was legitimately how I kind of felt. I was like, "Aw, I fucked that up. Damn it." Like,
Shit.
damn, that's such an easy thing. I got the pizza wrong.
Shit, I got the pizza restaurant's name wrong.
Damn
Damn
it.
it. Yeah, but I thought it was really funny that you did that because you were like, if they're taking the Pizza Hut sign down, can I have dibs? And I was like, I don't work at Pizza Hut. And in the back of my mind, I wanted to like continue typing and be like, but I'll ask or something.
You'll try to find the nearest Pizza Hut that is renovating a sign and be like, hey, can my friend have this? For like cash? No, for free. That would be kind of amazing.
Yeah.
So what the fuck was with that picture? Did you find out? Like it looks like just general construction.
Okay,
or what?
okay. So I had a very weird day at work, I would say. I got there at 9:30 this morning, which is when we're supposed to get there to open.
Mhm.
And typically on a Tuesday, it'll be like pretty steady, like not busy or up there in sales at all, but it'll be pretty steady throughout the day, where it's just kind of like, you know, I would say every like 10 or 15 minutes there's an order to make, which doesn't sound like a lot, and it's not, but it's enough to keep you like in the mindset of like, I'm at work and I'm making pizza right now.
Yeah.
And also it's been cold as dicks out up until very recently. So
Now it's 73.
yeah, now it's 70 fucking degrees. But it up until like yesterday, it's been like 40. And so it's been like I am in the store with all of the heat racks on and both ovens on just to stay warm, and I am making pizza all day. And today it was when did I text Schmuck? Because I texted Schmuck about this to complain. I texted Schmuck at 4:30 that I was on order number 10 for the day. I had gone 7 hours at work and done 10 orders for the day. No idea why, or how that happened, or if it will ever happen again. But yeah, I made it hours with barely cooking any pizza, and because it was super hot out today, comparatively at least, it wasn't actually super hot out, but since it was actually a nice temperature outside, we just had like all of the windows and doors propped open for our store, so there was just a nice like spring breeze blowing through the store the entire day, and we were just, me and the other coworker that was there, we were just like jamming to music all day, doing like literally nothing of consequence. And at like 11, I want to say, a guy came in with like a metal clipboard, and he was just like, "Hi, I need to speak to the manager." And I was like, "I'm the manager. What can I do for you?" And he goes, "Oh, I'm here to paint your walls." And I was like, "What? What? You're here to paint my walls? Like, I'm open right now. Can you do that while I'm open?" And he was like, "Oh yeah, it shouldn't be an issue. I just have to like take all the stuff on your wall off the wall first." And I was like, "Oh, all right, okay." And so he just started going around the store, taking down like all of the posters and like OSHA stuff that is hanging on the wall in my pizzeria. and then he started painting the wall, and he painted the entire store's wall today, while we were just kind of doing nothing.
I gotta ask, he had like a sprayer, or he just rolled it on?
He rolled it on.
He didn't have his fucking sprayer?
No, and you've been in my store. You've seen how big my store is. He just randomly came in at like 11, and he left about an hour before I did. He was there for like 7 hours just painting my store. It was nutty. And
did he have
so
a crew or anything?
no, just this one guy.
Jimmy from like accounting or some shit.
Yeah,
They just said, "Hey, you're gonna go roll." What the fuck?
Yeah, there's this one guy painting my whole store. It looks way better in there than it used to. But
that's good to hear.
Yeah. And as part of that process, he painted the like windowsill in our lobby that a bunch of customers like to sit or lean on when they're waiting for their pizza. And he put a sign right above it that says wet paint. And the first person that came in after he did that fucking sat on it.
Yup.
And the guy walked over and just went, "You know you're sitting in wet paint," and then just went back to painting. And the person was like flabbergasted until they saw the sign. It was pretty funny. Anyway, the picture that I sent you, I will send in here so that it can be part of the podcast. I sent you a picture of a giant construction crane in our parking lot. Like, genuinely the largest portable crane that I have ever seen in person was in our parking lot. I have 2 pictures of it. Here are the 2 pictures.
It looked like it was like major construction work crane.
Yes, it is. It looked like they were getting ready to like build apartments on top of my pizzeria. It is what it felt like. Like that crane is overkill for anything. Although I guess I don't know like portable crane sizes, but it was just I was there and then there was a giant crane and I was like, oh, okay. And so the guy is painting. It's like 11:30ish. The painter has just gotten there, and I'm realizing that I need some medicine because my mouth is starting to hurt because I bit through my lip a couple weeks ago.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's just kind of been sore, and so I have this like numbing stick that I've been rubbing on like the wound to keep it numb so that I can like talk to customers and shit. Oh yeah, it's been pretty bad. But so I realized that I left it in my truck, so I go to get it, and as I'm walking towards the back, I go, "Oh hey guys, I'm running out to my truck real quick. I'll be right back." And my driver who was there for the day, who had been in and out of the store, goes, "Watch out for the crane." And I go, "What? What do you mean?" And I walk out there, and this giant construction crane is out there with a HVAC unit the size of my pickup truck, like 70 feet in the air. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And so that was how I found out that we also got our AC unit replaced today. Because at no point did they feel it was pertinent to come tell me about it. And I also didn't notice because we've had our AC turned off for weeks now because it doesn't have a heat mode. And so we were just like, I'd rather have it off than blowing cold air on us when it's cold outside. And so I didn't notice that, like, there was just no way to turn it on at the moment because I didn't need it. And and so I walked out and saw this, and there was a guy like, you're good at the crane. And I was like, hey, what you doing? And he goes, "Oh, are you the manager?" And I was like, yeah, I am. What you doing? And he goes, "Oh, we're replacing your AC unit in preparation for the summer. You know, best to get ahead of it." And I was like, "It's February? Sure." And
it is 76 degrees February though, so
yeah. And I was like, "Do you need anything from me?" And he was like, "Probably a signature or two." And I was like, so you're just doing this without getting that first?" And he was like, "I figured I'd get it eventually." And I was just like, okay. And I gave him my signature on like 3 documents, and I went back inside, and about 4 or 5 hours later, one of my coworkers went, "The crane is leaving." and that was all I heard about it.
I would just like to point out that is how I picture the man who came in and painted your store. Like that's how I picture it happen. He had a roller in his hand instead of a brush, but I'd like to imagine this man came in with a fucking thing. I'm painting your store.
Dude, nobody tells me shit, dude. And it's always Tuesdays, too, that this random ass shit happens. So it's always me there, also. Because I always open on Tuesdays. And so it's always just like I'm chilling, and then someone comes in, they're like, oh, I'm here to fix your plumbing. And I'm like, my plumbing was broken?
my pooper was broken. I don't know why this popped in my head. I guess it's because it's just today. We had a crazy lady come into the store. Super nice, super fun to talk to. But boy, did she not have a filter.
Oh,
Yeah, like at one point she said, she just said, she was showing us some of her work. She was a faux finisher.
yeah. Mhm.
She could make like wood look like marble and shit. Like she's really good.
That's pretty cool.
And as she was showing us, she started feeling herself, I guess, because she's just like, yeah, I'm a bad bitch with a brush. And she hit like a couple of dance moves that she kept showing us her work like nothing happened. And me and my me and my boss, we just looked at each other, and he had to end up walking away because she was just a lot. So he's like, Adam's got this, and he just left.
Yeah.
And then she started talking shit about her like baby niece. She was like, my baby niece, she looks ugly, and I hope that I pray to God that she's not as ugly as she is now. Like,
Jesus
like,
Christ.
like, I was like, hopefully. She's like, yeah, her name's Hazel May, so like she better be pretty because that name's not a good name. I'm like, all right. And then later, the last thing she said before she left was literally, yeah, I really, yeah, she really only has two options: either be pretty or start learning how to suck good dick. And then she left, and I'm just like, oh, all right, all right.
That's
And it was,
crazy.
I was the only one, like everyone else left, and I was the only one who had to talk to this woman, and she left me with that nugget of gold, and I was like, all right. And I looked over to find my coworker and my boss, and I was like, "Did you guys just hear that shit?" And they're like, "Nah, what'd she say?" It was it was
That's
ridiculous.
that's crazy, dude.
Oh, I can't wait until you guys tell me like, Adam, we can't play that. This is the episode 1. We can't start with that, and all that's just bleeped out. I hope it's bleeped out with the Pledge of Allegiance.
Okay. That would be interesting.
You good?
Sorry, I was
That was a big
processing.
pause. Yeah, no, imagine how I felt. In real time, I had to process it and finish this conversation with this later. I think I just collapsed laughing because I couldn't believe it happened. She left her business card.
Oh yeah, are you gonna use her?
Us personally not, but if people are looking for faux finisher, she does a good job.
Dude, I got a new denim jacket recently. I believe that I've kept you mostly in the loop about that. But
I remember you telling me that you had ordered it. I don't
Okay.
remember if you told me like what kind or what style.
So I got it's just a standard blue denim jacket, and I have been putting patches on it and pins, and I got it custom embroidered with the rose logo that I like to put on everything. I know you know what that is. One of the pins that I got for it is based off of a trend in fan fiction writing, where people will have what's called a beta reader, which is essentially a like non-professional version of an editor, where they will read it before it's released to the public, and they will tell you like if anything's wrong, it needs to be changed, or they'll give you like story ideas and stuff. And a trend in fan fiction writing is to put in the tags if someone beta read the book or not, because you know if it's not beta read, it shouldn't really be held to the same standard as one that was. I think is the idea behind it.
Yeah, that's
But
fair.
it originally started with the tag just saying not beta read, which is a completely regular thing for people to write as a tag, I would say, right? Just writing like this hasn't been beta read. Then people started calling their beta readers betas as just like shorthand. and so people started just writing no beta on their tags to just shorten it. And then someone somewhere started the trend of writing no beta we die like men as the tag. And now that is the like universally accepted tag for when you haven't had someone like proofread your book before it gets posted. And so I got a pin that is now sitting on the collar of my new jacket that says "No beta, we die like men," and it came with a sticker that also says "No beta, we die like men." I did not pay for a sticker at all, but here's the sticker.
It came like a promotional sticker.
Yeah, they just gave me a sticker of the pin that I ordered.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I ended up putting it on my desk drawer.
That's where that's from. I was curious.
Yeah, but I've been really enjoying making this jacket. I guess would be the proper terminology. Like developing how this jacket looks. Because
The vibe.
the vibe. I got it and it was just like bog standard denim jacket. And the first thing I did was I ripped off the entire collar of the jacket, and I got a collar from a different jacket and put it on. And so it's like a much darker blue on the collar now instead of the standard like denim jeans blue. Here's a really good photo actually. This is a photo I took of the embroidery that I got on it, but it also shows the collar really well.
Oh yeah, that's dope.
Yeah, and there's the Rose logo embroidered on it as well. But I got the collar done. I got the Rose logo on the right breast. On the left arm, I have a patch on my shoulder that says "Punch Nazis." On my other shoulder, I have a patch that just has my name on it because being trans makes you want to get stuff like that.
Makes sense.
On the opposite, so in that picture, the pin is on that like bottom section of the collar now. So where it's blank, the pin is there. On the opposite side, though, I got a music note sewn onto the jacket, which fits really well on it.
Like the Persona music note, or
no, just a regular music note. I might have a picture of that. Let me edit this real quick. Just to remove my face. But yeah, I got a music note on the collar on one side, and then on like my back left shoulder blade, I have this giant smiley face patch. And I'm eventually gonna fill the back of the jacket with patches, but I haven't gotten there yet, and so I just have this one random like smiley face patch on the back of the jacket, and I think it's pretty funny.
I'm just picturing like the smiley face from like Forrest Gump, like when it's the shit happens when he ends up getting that logo.
Here, I have a picture of the back of the jacket actually. Let me just crop this real quick.
When you edit the photo to get your face off of it, you should just put like a random celebrity's face on it. Every photo we accidentally post that has our face on it, we'll just substitute out some other famous person.
I'm literally just cropping them so that they are weird rectangles. All right, here.
Probably a lot quicker.
Here's the music note.
Oh, dope.
Yeah, and then here's the smiley face.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, and then I've been
that,
ordering a shit ton of patches on Etsy that are just kind of like slowly trickling in over time. The most recent one that arrived that I haven't had a chance to put on yet was 2 patches, actually. I thought it was one big patch, but it's 2. It's the Union Jack, the British flag. And then there's also a separate patch that has a black background and white text. It says Made in Britain. I thought it was one big patch that said Made in Britain and then had the British Union Jack under it. But it is 2 separate patches, so I think on one shoulder area I'm going to put the Union Jack, and on the other side I'm going to put Made in Britain. Just so that it's
hell yeah, I like that.
The whole jacket. And, that's fun for me. And then I got a patch of the rose emblem combined with another emblem from Ruby as well. They're both from Ruby, and it's like their team up emblem, I guess would be the term for it. But I got that before I ever got the idea to get the rose embroidered on. So I don't know if I'm actually gonna put that patch on the jacket, but you know, it's there.
You could always use it for something else if.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could always use it for something.
That patch is part of the like first batch that I bought. Like the first day I got the jacket, I ordered like all of the patches that have arrived and then this one. It's the only one of the batch that hasn't arrived, and I realized the day after I ordered that the store like shut down the night that I ordered it. Like they stopped accepting orders like full stop. Like probably like 3 or 4 hours after I managed to order the patch. And they put on their page like, if you ordered with us before we close the store, we will get stuff to you, but our store is taking a break because of like some personal stuff going on. And I was like, oh damn, that sucks. And that was 4 weeks ago.
Oh damn.
Yeah. So I trust that I will get the patch eventually, but I haven't seen it. So you know,
They have to open up eventually.
it
Like,
hasn't
open back up the
even
store.
it hasn't even gotten like a tracking update or something.
Yeesh.
Like some of the reviews that have been popping up on there have been like, oh, you know, the shop closed shortly after I ordered, but I've received my order and it's really nice. And I just haven't received mine.
Sometimes it takes a while. Like I think those stickers that I made for Christmas, I think those took like 3 to 4 weeks as well.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. So,
Here's the patch that I haven't received yet.
oh, that looks dope.
I know, right? But I already have the rose on my jacket somewhere, and it's white on my jacket instead of the typical red, which I prefer the white rose as like a. It's just that one extra step of like this is mine and not like I'm not pretending to be this character from the show. I've taken their logo and recolored it, and
Yeah.
you know, I could make my own like emblem for myself, I guess, but I fuck with roses, and it's a really cool rose design. But
Yeah, I did.
yeah, I dig it too. So I don't know if I want to have the rose on my jacket twice, but if I do,
I
I'll
will
put it somewhere.
Sorry, I will say about it, and this might just be because I'm a huge fan of the series. It kind of reminds me of Axel's weapon from Kingdom Hearts 2.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, he has these like spinny, like large shurikens, I guess is the best way to describe them. I guess it's more it wouldn't be Axel, it would be more
Have I been recording my second monitor this entire time?
and not this one.
Not that it matters, but that is insane.
Send that in.
Oh, that makes sense. Because I moved my first monitor over to be my second monitor when I replaced my monitors. So
When you like replace them?
yeah,
The
when I got drunk and broke my monitor.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I just ended up getting a really nice monitor and moving my primary to be a secondary because I had gotten a nicer one. That's really funny. Schmuck, don't read my texts that were visible the entire time, I guess.
Don't you do it. Don't start putting them on the screen. Don't start creeping them on the screen. Don't do it.
Oh, God.
That's the weapon I'm talking about. They look like Axel's from Kingdom Hearts 2 when he was still a nobody.
Ah, I see.
Vaguely. It's very vague. I've not played the game in a while.
I
think
can
once saw it-
kind of see it.
Yeah. They're like giant shurikens. Like that's like the size of almost his body. And he throws them and they catch on fire.
That's a bit excessive, I would say.
Well, yeah, it's Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
It's the game where Goofy died for 5 minutes, remember?
I don't, being as I've never played Kingdom Hearts.
You've never played Kingdom Hearts?
No.
With me and Chris being your friends, you've never played Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
You absolutely should. It's a damn good time.
Damn, that was much tamer of a response than I was expecting.
I'm not gonna Well, I heard one thing, and I think that's why. Like, someone I know hasn't never watched any of the Star Wars or Indiana Jones movies, like any of them,
That's
and
crazy.
and that, yeah, that was a lot more big of a reaction. But Kingdom Hearts, it's still just like niche enough where I could understand it, and it's gotten a bad rep
Hmm.
because people make fun of it, including the fans.
Yeah.
So I could understand if someone looks at it, it's like, I'm not a fan of action RPGs. I'm gonna skip it. Or like this Disney Final Fantasy mixture looks weird. Like, I can understand that.
I just I will say I tried it. I played it for a little bit, did not enjoy it.
Which one?
I think the first one.
The first one?
Or I think Chris had me playing it in like chronological order.
Okay. Oh, so you played probably Birth by Sleep.
Something like that. I don't know. It's
Is it the one?
been a few years.
Is it the one where you could play as three people, like three different people? You
I
could
did not
choose.
get that far. I
That
literally
is
got
the
far enough.
beginning.
I got far enough to be like, I hate the combat, and I never picked it up again.
Again, that's fair. If you're not into action RPGs, it's one of the like ones that kind of boosted the J action RPGs games in my opinion, at least to me.
Yeah, yeah, I got you.
Plus, if you replay the first one, it hasn't aged necessarily perfectly.
Okay.
They did a good job in the 3.5 remixes and all that shit, like in the PS3 and the PS4 updates. But if you go back and play the original PS2, you heavily feel that it's a PS2 game.
Gotcha. Okay.
Eh, it's worth it though. Anyone who hasn't played it, my friends are my power. Kingdom Hearts is
I don't know.
light, even though it's a
I
sword of
think
darkness.
that Kingdom Hearts is also one of those series for me that has been just talked about so much around me that I could never really give it a fair shot.
Yeah, fair. That's very fair.
You know, I'd like to, maybe, but I didn't enjoy it when I was 20. I think was how old I was when I was trying it. So I'm not sure how different it would be at 23, 24, whenever the fuck I decide to try it.
I I I think if you didn't like it then, I don't think you're gonna like it now.
Yeah,
Like,
that's my thought process as well.
yeah. Which is fine. The thing I was referencing was at some point during Kingdom Hearts 2, Goofy gets hit in the head with a big rock, and they play it off like he's dead. Like like Mickey
Jesus.
Mouse, Mickey Mouse, who's a king in this one, he shows up. He's like Goofy, oh my god! And Donald is like all sad and shit. Sora goes off and he's like, I'm gonna kill these guys. And he just goes on a giant rampage. And then Goofy just appears like 5 minutes later, like, I'm fine, everyone.
What
And
the
they're like,
hell?
Goofy. Yeah, it's hilarious. It's like, Goofy, you're not dead. Like, yup. It's
Jesus.
it's really funny. It's really, really funny. I love it. I love it so much. And the boss fight in order to get to that point is so difficult, so it's always so rewarding in my opinion. Because you just beat one of the hardest bosses, and then you get to fight 1,000 enemies. It's so fun.
Gotcha. It
Yeah.
sounds fun, but I don't know. I think another point for me is that I was never that into Disney as a kid.
That's fair. I was a
And
huge
so
Disney kid.
a lot of the like magic that I would get from it, you know, like just isn't there for me.
That's fair. I'm a big Disney kid. I love like Disney and superheroes and stuff like that. So much so that I'm actually trying to go back and I'm trying to pick up a bunch of those like shitty superhero and Disney games just because I think it would be super funny playing through them.
Yeah,
Probably not. Like, I'm probably gonna be halfway through this. I'm like, why am I doing this?
I hate
Just stop.
this. Sucks.
This is bad. Why am I playing Iron Man 2 on the 360? I could be playing Thor. No, wait.
I think there was a rage quit video on one of those, which really
What, one of the
speaks for how terrible it was. For one of the
one of the
Iron
bad
Man
MCUs?
games. Yeah.
I haven't heard good things about it. I don't know why that makes me want to play it more. Speaking of superheroes, did you see, which I meant to post this, I don't remember if I did. Did you see the Fantastic Four teaser?
I saw that it existed, but I literally got off work and hopped in the call. So
Fair.
I have not had a chance to look at it really.
It's very fun.
What was it that I watched at work today? Oh, I watched the trailer for the new Helldivers thing, yeah.
Anything really cool? I'm actually the opposite of you, where I didn't see the Helldivers one.
Yeah, I'd say so. There's you can just put a nuke on your back now.
Oh.
And it showed in the trailer them like dropping it off their back and running away. But I'm 99% sure that they're gonna make it so that you can just detonate it while you're wearing it. And so they have effectively added suicide bombing to Helldivers, which is a sentence that I've certainly said now.
I kind of figured it was mainly going to be like this scene from Lord of the Rings, where the Uruk-hai just gets shot bunch and then jumps into a hole and explodes.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, that's what I imagine 90% of the player base is going to do.
I could imagine that too.
I'm glad that GIF that I found of the exploding was from Bandcamp. It was recorded on Bandcamp.
Bandicam.
Oh yeah, Bandicam.
Have you called it Bandcam this entire time?
No, I just didn't read it correctly right now.
Okay, because that's been a thing for a very long time, and it would be weird if you had called it Bandcam for years. While we're chatting, I'm making a building, and I'm just now realizing that I don't know what I want this building to be, and so I'm just kind of making a thing. I feel like it should be related to the giant plot of farmland that is next to it in some way, but...
Like a giant barn?
It's made out of stone.
Stone barn.
A stone barn, hell yeah.
You make it, aren't like wheat silos or some shit made of stone?
Yeah, it's not that big though.
Feed silos?
I could make a silo, I guess. It could be an interesting use of my time while we continue to chat. Dude, I've been reading this book that follows a YouTube series that I like to watch, and it's feel free to make fun of me all you want. It's a YouTube Minecraft series that I enjoy watching just as like a thing to exist on my second monitor while I'm playing something else. And because it's just a YouTube Minecraft series, the people who do it don't really take it super seriously, and there's not like super deep lore or much of a story to tell really. It's just kind of them playing Minecraft and enjoying it. You know, there's like things that happen that I guess would be like lore adjacent, I would say. But even then, it's just kind of like, oh, this happened, and they move on. Or like stuff like that. And so this book that I've been reading is purely like someone who was like, this needs lore, and has just like written an entire like story for how like Minecraft servers all coexist together, and like a bunch of lore for both the game of Minecraft and this Minecraft series.
They're building like a Minecraft YouTube multiverse kind of deal.
Well, no, because it's not other like YouTubers that they're peeking it on by having like the multiverse of servers. It's just that so this series takes place in the real world over a large span of time. Like it's been like 6 or 7 years that it's been going on, and so creators have joined and left, and you know some have taken breaks from it and come back, and some have like just like taken like a season of it off and come back, like stuff like that. And so they've been using it to explain like why that's a thing. They've been exploring the idea that each Minecraft server is like its own world, and it's just kind of like a space travel situation. And so they're comparing not being on the server like, oh, this person's off-world, which I think is a really interesting way to do it, you know?
Yeah, I think that's a good way that's a fun way to do it.
Yeah, I'd say so. And, part of that is like, oh, this person didn't play this season, they're off world. But the like main plot thread that they're using to hold this whole thing together is that they the YouTubers like twice a year will have this like Hunger Games-esque series go on where they all get together and they each get 3 lives and they have to survive for as long as possible. And the idea is that the lives are colored like a fucking traffic light. There's green life, yellow life, and red life. And when you're green life, you're supposed to be like nice to everyone, and like the only way to really get off a green life when everyone is a green life is to like die to Minecraft the game, not to other players.
From like Adventure or something.
Yeah. And then yellow lives are supposed to treat it like they're being cautious of everyone, I guess would be the way to describe it. Because like they're like, oh, I've died once, I need to be more careful, and so they kind of like close themselves off from everyone, and they like spend their time alone and shit. And then the idea of being a red life is that you now want everyone to be a red life, so you now are going around killing people. And
immediately into a mass murder.
Yes. You basically the idea is that you kind of lose your mind when you become a red life, and you go a little bit insane. And so the little plot thread is that the people who participate in this series are getting like ripped away from the main server that this series takes place in and forced to participate in literal death games where they are like live, die, repeat over and over again until a victor emerges, and then they get sent back to their main server with no memory of what the fuck just happened. But everybody else who wasn't dragged away is like, you've been missing for like 3 weeks, what the fuck happened to you? And the person who won each game remembers. And so then it's like, one person knows what's going on, and then 2 people knows what's going on, and it just kind of like cascades until it's like, how many people are going to keep this secret before they make it known to everyone that when they get randomly kidnapped for a couple months, they are stuck in this like mental state where they are like forced to kill their friends and like live, die over and over again. And it's a weirdly angsty story for Minecraft, but it's entertaining for me. And about 2 years ago now, the YouTuber that I watch, who like the perspective that I watch for this like thing as a whole, won a game, right, on YouTube. And so I've been just like, ooh, it's gonna get made into a book soon. Ooh, it's gonna be so great. I'm super excited. And in the like community Discord for this book series, the author has been like doing like a Q&A recently, and someone was like, oh, what about this series that's coming up, because it's like the next one in the plot that will show up relevantly, chronologically. And they were like, oh, that actually takes place in like alternate universe to my plot, and I don't want to talk about like how that happens yet, but it's gonna be like an alternate universe kind of type deal where it's not really all of the main characters in that one, and only a few of them are there, and they're seeing like alternate versions of their friends, not like their regular friends, And everyone was like, oh, that sounds really cool, and someone was like, so which of the characters in the books are going to go over there, and which like ones are going to be alternate versions of themselves? And he like went down the list, and the one who wins the game that I have the perspective of and I really enjoy watching, they're not one of the people who gets taken over there. Like the version of them that wins is not the version who I've been like witnessing the character development of this entire time through like 9 books at this point. And so I'm like, God fucking damn it. I've been waiting years for this, and I'm not getting it the way I want it to. And I'm gonna end up I'm gonna end up writing it myself.
Just so anxiously wanting it, and so just like over waiting for someone else to do it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what you got to do sometimes. Well,
But yeah,
that'll still be good, hopefully.
that's my relationship with Minecraft fan fiction right now, I guess.
Yeah, that sounds dope. I've never really gotten into Minecraft. I don't know. I like building a lot of building games. Just really aren't my shtick. I don't know why.
I don't know what it is about Minecraft that I just kind of keep coming back to it.
It's a good creative game and a good game to just be able to play with friends. But which
It
honestly
is.
makes me think I don't know why I can't ever get into it.
It is such a good creative outlet for me. And I everyone makes the joke of like they're in their Minecraft phase where they they play Minecraft for like 2 weeks and then don't touch it for like a year and a half or something. I do the Minecraft phase where I play Minecraft for like 2 months straight, and then I don't touch it for like 3 weeks, and then I am right the fuck back to playing Minecraft. And it is way more frequent than everyone else I know.
Yours is more Minecraft cycles than Minecraft phases.
I would say just the phases are me taking a break from Minecraft more than anything.
I think the biggest game I did that with, because normally I usually just kind of, because I usually play single player games. I'll play it for like I'll play it on and off for a couple of days, like for 2 or 3 weeks. But usually I end up beating it before I take a long break. But Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memory. Sorry, back to Kingdom Hearts. It's not necessarily relevant that it's that game. I was playing it like my senior year, and I couldn't get past this fucking boss. I didn't even get thugh half the game. And I just was like, all right, I gotta take a break. Like, I'm not able to beat this damn thing. And it's a card based, like, the way the game works is you have a card deck that determines what attacks you have. And then you build your own card deck, and you can move around freely like a action RPG. It's like a weird mix of action RPG card battling. And I just couldn't beat him, and I was so sure like I fucked up my deck. Like it has to be that. There's no other way.
Mm-hmm.
So I dropped it, and then I graduated from college,
Mm-hmm.
and I picked it back up, and I'm like, oh yeah, I was playing this. Probably gonna have to restart, but I was like, fuck it, why not? I'll just pick it back up. I got kind of far, and I beat him my first try, and I'm like, what the fuck? And then I proceeded to play the game for 2 days and completely finished it. And I was like, wow, high school me was bad. Like how the hell did I not do that?
That's really funny.
I wiped the floor with this motherfucker too. It was ridiculous. I have a lot of shame for my younger self.
Yeah, that's fair. That's completely fair.
I had to do the same thing with Putt Putt Travels Through Time. Little 2-year-old or like 5-year-old me could not beat Putt Putt Travels Through Time. So I found it on Steam when I was 24, and I'm like, let's see if I can beat this game now. And big shocker, I did.
Hell yeah.
Putt Putt Travels Through Time and Freddy Fish, the case of the stolen conch shell. That was it.
Dude, I forget the name of the game, but there was it might be Putt Putt. Is Putt Putt the car?
Yes.
Okay.
Purple car.
Yes. In our little Discord friend group, something like 5 or 6 months ago at this point, we all got in a call one day, and somehow without any like discussion or planning prior, we all just sat in call for like 5 hours watching another one of our friends play Putt Putt Goes to the Zoo.
Hell yeah.
And just like really enjoying it for some reason. Do not know why. Has never happened again. Has not come up in conversation once since then. But it's just like you saying that made me remember that that's just something that happened one day in the Discord that I hang out in. Was we just collectively got in call, listen or watch Putt Putt Goes to the Zoo from like start to finish, and then we all just moved on like it hadn't happened.
Every now and again, it's so good to get a group of friends and just play through one of those kind of games. Putt Putt, Pajama Sam, Freddy Fish. Humongous was amazing.
I can't do Pajama Sam, man.
Nah. Too scared of him?
No, it's one of my friends in high school his Steam name and profile picture and like his entire Steam presence was like him pretending to be Pajama Sam, and so I just can't see Pajama Sam at all. I see Pajama Sam and I go, that's Mark. Like that is that character's entire existence to me. It is my high school friend named Mark, and he was a very like ragey, angry teenager who would swear just left and right, and would get like he would play a game for 10 minutes and not get the controls or something, would close the game, uninstall it, refund it, and never want to play that game again. And so I can never ever look at Pajama Sam and not think of like little piss baby angry boy.
I don't remember that Pajama Sam game. Pajama Sam and the little piss baby Angie boy.
Yeah,
I don't remember
exactly.
that one.
Yeah, so that I think that's just a game that I'm never gonna be able to really enjoy. You know.
That's fair. I just want you. I just put his photo in the thing. I just want you to look Pajama Sam in the eyes and that smile and tell him you hate him.
Again, I just
Want
see
you to
my
do
friend
that.
Mark when I see this. His Steam might still be Pajama Sam.
Well, he has the name. You can't give up the rights.
His Steam name is still Pajama Sam.
Put it up on screen.
Here you go.
Good non-Pajama Sam based. There he is, just as I remember him, with his mask
His
and
picture has changed, but
just as I remember him from that from that RPG that RPG game. Fuck, what's the name of it?
I don't need to crop this
Ah,
at all,
shit.
but this is his like top thing on his profile too.
Featured games, the 3 Pajama Sam games, and Counter-Strike 2.
Yeah, that's just the kind of guy he is. That's like the only way I can describe him is with that picture. But in retrospect, not the kind of friend I would make today. Not at all. But we met when I was like 5 and just kind of stayed close like all the way through high school. He moved. Like his family moved to stay nearby me. It was weird.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Because you know that I moved a shit ton when I was a kid. I met him in primary school in Scotland, and then moved to Japan, kind of lost touch for a little bit, moved to Atlanta, and his family was like I went to school for the first day in freshman year, and he was just there. And I was like, oh, hi. And he was
Hello.
like, oh my god, dead name, long time no see. And I was like, oh god.
Fuck.
I wasn't out at the time, but I was already at a point where I was like, oh, that fucking name. You've
God,
seen my legal
humongous.
name. You understand why I hate
Yeah.
it. It's not good.
Not yet. It's fair. It's very fair. For the longest time, I won't lie, this was before we really started hanging out more at the place
mhm.
I used to work.
Yeah.
I just completely misheard it. For the longest time, I thought it was something else.
Oh yeah, without the L.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you caught me saying it wrong, and I think at first you didn't correct me. I think one time you corrected me, and I was like, oh shit. Right,
Dude.
sorry.
Dude, that's like one of the main reasons why I hated it so much. I don't even think it was necessarily like a trans thing. I think it was just that I had to correct people on it so many times that I got sick of correcting people. You know?
One of the best things of a boring name. I've never had to correct anyone.
Yeah, and with that name in particular, when someone gets it wrong, it's not just that they're like spelling it wrong, it's that they are like fully getting the name wrong, because there's no wrong spelling of that then results in it still being like the same pronunciation. It was always like wrong spelling and wrong pronunciation, so I would feel the need to correct people. Like, now that I go by Nikki, if someone spells it wrong, they still say Nikki to my face. Like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because at worst, maybe they forget a K or something like that, like, or put a C instead of a K. It's not really that bad.
Or like a CKY, but,
Yeah.
you know, does not matter.
It'll be very tough for someone to accidentally misspell and be like Nike, like the goddess. Like no,
Dude, someone asked me that recently, actually.
really?
Yeah, it's not like they got my name wrong. It's more that it was like one of my friends was like, "Did you name yourself after Nike?" And I was like,
Oh.
"The shoe brand?" And they were like, "No."
The goddess of victory. What religion is, or what pantheon was that? Is that
That's
Greece?
that's Greece.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Forgot if it
but
was Greek or Roman.
it was I told one of my friends at work my like second dead name for the first time, and they were like, "Oh, Greek name. Is this one a Greek name?" And I was like, no, I just kind of liked it."
The way you said that, it was almost like you were like, no, and never fucking say that to my face again.
Dude, it's not gonna happen now because I just kind of I don't want to go through the trouble of changing my name again and correcting people. But there was a period of time where I think it was when I was originally like starting to go by Nikki, and I had told it to a few people, but I hadn't like started actually correcting people or like correcting documents and shit. And
Mm.
I was trying to decide if I wanted to change my name to Nikki or Penelope, with like Penny for short. And I was heavily leaning towards Penny, and my at the time partner was said to my face, "If you change your name to Penny, I will dump you." And
Jesus.
yeah, and in retrospect, super fucking toxic. And
Yeah.
also in retrospect, I kind of would want to change it to Penelope to spite her, but I don't want to go through the trouble of recorrecting everything because I've got like new usernames on everything. I've met people who have only ever known me as Nikki at this point. Like I it's just way too much work, dude.
And that
Not
that's
worth it.
that's not worth it. And that's also such you never told me that before. That's so fucking awful.
No, I think that's the first time I ever verbalized that to someone like at all was just a second ago. Because it's not like it lives rent free in my head. It's just something that like after I broke up with her, I was like, "Oh, that was kind of fucked, huh?"
Oh, that was terrible. Like,
Yeah. There's a lot of
damn.
stuff looking back in retrospect that was just like, "Oh, that was not kosher."
That also makes in retrospect the issue with the name. Remember where one of our friends had a slight issue with it? That makes that seem a little worse. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to specifically reference what happened if.
No, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The whole like that's my ex's name thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh, you just reminded me of this, which I keep remembering this for no reason, but I'm really excited about it. Did you hear about one of the new productions that the people who made Arcane want to do?
No.
Yeah, it's they want to make this.
Ooh.
If it sends, there we go. Penelope of Sparta, and it
Interesting.
looks really cool.
Like Fortiche wants to make that?
Yep.
Nice. That could be good. That could be good.
I, I, I certainly hope so. It sounds cool. It's like apparently like a sci-fi kind of movie too,
Ooh.
inspired by Greek mythology. So I don't know if it'll go super like. I don't think it'll be super in depth with it, but just the style of that poster looks really cool to me.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's see. I wanted to see if there. I don't even. I think this is so like in development stage that I don't even think there's like a summary of it.
Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. Found that on one of the animation news websites that I try to follow because I really like animated movies.
Nice.
Speaking of that, I don't know how much longer we want to go, but speaking of that, I did want to ask you,
Yeah.
who do you think or who do you want to win Best Animated Picture, or if you even care?
Who's up?
So the ones I remember, Inside Out 2, The Wild Robot are both up. Flow as well, an indie movie, I believe. Here, let me bring up the actual list so I'm not just fucking
Okay.
wrong.
Good.
Hurry, vamp while I type.
Okay. I'm I'm smelting all of my copper in Minecraft right now.
I thought you were gonna say in real life.
Yeah, I'm smelting my copper.
What the fuck?
I'm smelting my copper. I'm smelting all my copper in Minecraft because I want to do something with it for this new building, but I can't decide if I want to do the roof or the floor copper.
I'm smelting all my copper sounds like code word for when you're like doing drugs and you don't want your parents to know.
I'm smelting my copper.
So I have managed to find the list. It's The Wild Robot, which was really good. Inside Out 2, which everyone knows. Flow, Memoir of a Snail, and Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul. Very interesting to
I
write.
think of that list Inside Out 2.
Inside Out 2?
Yeah. I'm not
really
huge
cheering
on any of those options, though.
I'm really cheering for The Wild Robot. I really love that film. I don't know why. It really hit me.
I still haven't seen it.
It's very good. I think it's back in theaters for, like, oh, consider us for Oscar or whatever. I would recommend going to go see it. I really liked it. Though I think I'm in the majority, but a lot of people have brought up a lot of points, and I didn't really notice a lot of those issues, but some people don't like the pacing.
Gotcha.
And then Flow is completely wordless, but it's about a cat. So you also might want to go see that because I know you like cats.
Ooh, I do like cats. I was playing Sea of Thieves on Christmas Eve with Schmuck,
Oh,
and
nice.
we made friends with these guys sailing a ship called the IRS, and we added them on Discord because we made friends, and we started chatting more and more, and I've just kind of become really good friends with one of them. Their name is Morden. I was trying to explain, like, what I was doing in Minecraft, and they were just not getting it. I was building my wizard tower at the time. Let me grab a little screenshot of the wizard tower so I can put it in the episode. But I've got this wizard tower that I'm living in right now. I was trying to build it, and the roof of my wizard tower is made out of moss and copper, which when you're building with copper, it is, shocker, copper colored. And over time, it like oxidizes to turn into like Statue of Liberty green.
Oh, that's
And
cool.
yeah, so the roof looks really good now. At the time, it kind of looked a little bit weird because I had this weird like mismatch between like orange copper and green moss, and I was trying to explain it to them, and they were just not getting it. And I at one point I just went, Statue of Liberty, Statue of Liberty, and they got it after I did that.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell yeah, that looks cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with how it came out.
I'd ponder an orb in that.
I'd ponder an orb in that.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Dude, in the top of it, there's like the very like peak of the roof is a trap door that lets you get into the roof because it's hollow. And I somehow convinced one of my neighboring players to go in there. And it took them 30 minutes to get out because they didn't want to build anything in my roof without my permission, and I wasn't on. And they kept trying to like fly out using rockets in their elytra and just hitting the ceiling. And they ended up dying in my roof, and I had to go get their stuff. And then it took me about 10 minutes to get out of my roof. So my roof is just where things go to die, apparently.
It's the place where every sports ball or frisbee that gets thrown up there just goes and lays. It's where all the kids don't dare to venture.
Yes, exactly.
One day a legendary child will run in and grab all the sports balls that they need though. I guarantee it.
Dude, my mouth has been hurting for the last few days, and I am just not sure why.
Well, didn't you say it was in earlier? You mentioned
Oh,
why?
well, yeah, my lip hurts, but separate from that, my like upper left molars just hurt. And I'm dreading the idea that that's a dentist appointment.
I was
I
about to say you might have to go to
yeah.
a dentist.
Yeah, I'm not like super against going to the dentist, but I do very much like do I need to go? You know?
Nah, I feel ya.
And so I think I'm gonna give it another like day or two before I suck it up and actually go to the dentist. But I'm getting there. My mouth hurts.
Yeah. If it gets too painful, please just go.
Oh
But
well, yeah.
I do understand that feeling. Just it's mainly for me though because I don't have any like I need to get health care. So like a trip to the dentist for even anything basic is like $400 for me. I cannot afford that.
Dude, I'm in the extremely privileged position of still being on my parents' insurance, and
Damn.
I was told a couple months ago that this coming April, on my mom's birthday in April, she's going on Medicare, and I will no longer have health insurance, and so
Okay.
I'm fully aware that in the next like 2 months or so, I need to go to the dentist and get like everything done that I need to get done possible so that it'll be like properly insured and get done well, and I won't have to pay out the ass for it. But I am just, oh, it's gonna
Just
suck,
dreading.
dude. I'm aware that I have not taken the best care of my mouth growing up, and I also haven't been to the dentist properly in a couple of years at this point, and I'm of the persuasion that I will probably need like a root canal or two and like a bunch of fillings and maybe even a crown or two just to like
Eesh.
get back to 100%, you know. And so
Yeah.
I am dreading the idea that I might just have to be out of work for like 2 or 3 weeks just because I'm in like either so much pain or because I like can't talk.
I know how you feel about the dentist. I always hated kind of going to it because I used to have braces and apparently I don't know if it was just because I didn't like I tried to always follow like what my dentist told me like how to clean and all that stuff and I did my best with that. But somehow when they were taking it off, and I think this is the dentist just screwed me over on this one. Somehow when they took off my braces, they took off the enamel of my teeth. So they just
Oh,
always look like they always look slightly like I can never get them fully white. Like even after cleaning them, they look slightly like kind of like I didn't brush my teeth. And
Jesus.
every time I smile or laugh or open my mouth, I always think about that mentally where it's like, it probably doesn't look like I fucking brushed
Well,
my teeth. Like
if it
God
makes you
forbid.
feel better, I've never noticed.
Oh, thank you. I just think that's because you're nice.
No, that's
I
true.
may,
That's true.
it might also just be because I'm super fucking I don't know why, but I always get like, oh no, like people notice. It's like no one probably fucking notices.
Adam, I think that's the first time I've been called nice in a long time.
Well, I'm
You
glad.
you you said it in like somehow I took psychic damage.
I'm sorry.
No, like thank you, genuinely. Because I really do my best to be like generous to my friends and like there if anyone needs an ear or something. And people compliment me, but I don't think I've been called nice in a long time. Fuck.
It's
Damn.
one of the big reasons why I feel bad that I feel like I've blown you off like almost every time you've asked to hang out. And I'm like, God, fuck. Like, actually, I was thinking, like, God fucking damn it, I got to message her. Like, I got
Dude,
to. I felt so bad.
I do not view it that way. Let me tell you that right now. I do
Oh,
not
thank
view it
God.
as you blowing me off. Because I'm aware that like what is it, 4 or 5 days a week you're playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, and then 5 days a week you have work, and
Yep.
5 days a week I have work, and I'm well aware of the idea that you always get off at 5:30 on the weeks, but I don't. And so I know that like most of the days that I think that you're free, I am working like a 2 to 10 or something, and then by the time that I would want to be hanging out, you're like getting ready for bed because you have to get up early.
6:30.
Yeah, exactly. And so I shoot my shot when I can, knowing full well that you're probably busy. Like, the only times that I feel a little bad that you're not coming to hang out is when we're playing D&D together. But even then, it's also an extra level of it's a tiny bit more of a hassle for us to play D&D in the same room. So you're like, I'm like, are you coming over to play D&D? And you're like, nah, not today. And I'm like, damn, at least I don't have to set up my wired headphones.
If it makes you feel better, I always feel the same way where I'm like, all right, everything's good. I can go over. I'm like, I have no clean clothes left. Fuck. Or like I'm like, I didn't do this, did I? I'm like, damn it. It's like I should have done this day. Now, unfortunately, I can't just because immediately after that, I then play another fucking. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And this week, I'm not even able to play any because I'm babysitting a neighbor's kid.
How'd you wind up doing that?
I kind of got volunteered because someone else was doing it, and they were like, "Hey, I'm gonna need your help with this." And I'm like, "What day is it?" And they're like, "Saturday." And I'm like, "Do I have to?" They're like, "Yes." I'm like, "All right."
Jesus Christ.
All right, fine. They usually pay. They're very nice people. There are genuine friends, and they pay very well for it for considering how little work it is. But also they'll be like, I won't take that long. And then I think last time they didn't get back until 11 p.m. So yeah, I had to be like, all right, hey, sorry, not doing anything. And oh, hey, the next day's the Super Bowl. Probably not going to be able to then either. So
yeah, no, my extended family has this real big thing about proposals for some reason. Where it's like a running tradition in my family. I'm the only one who has broken this tradition in the last like 70 years, as far as I know. But
damn.
It's a big tradition for the person proposing to go to our extended family and be like, I'm proposing on this day at this place, and then we're gonna go get lunch like here afterwards, and then everybody like meets up there to congratulate the couple after they get engaged, and then everyone goes and gets like lunch or dinner together. And I'm the only one who's broken that tradition, mostly because I did it in fucking Michigan. Like no, I do not want you flying to Michigan just to witness me propose to my at the time girlfriend. And so this upcoming Saturday, one of my cousins was like, hey, I'm proposing to my girlfriend. And under normal circumstances, I would be like, fuck off. I am not taking a Saturday off of my pizzeria job where we're very busy on Saturday. I'm not fucking taking that off to go watch my cousin propose to his girlfriend. Like, it'll be the one fucking time that they say no, I'm sure. But I was like, no, fuck off. And then I was like, oh, this is my like one cousin that I like, and like and also my one like cousin's partner that I like. Like all of my other cousins' partners will be at like Thanksgiving together, and we'll just kind of like be like opposite ends of the table and say nothing to each other, and like make zero effort. This partner, since she's been dating my cousin for like 3 years now, she's been at family functions for a while. She like comes up to me and she's like, "How you doing? I love the new hair color. You know, how's life for you? You know, I know you moved to Detroit for a bit. How was that?" Like, she makes an effort to talk to me.
Hell yeah! And you still don't think that she's gonna say yes?
No, I think she's gonna say yes, but I'm kind of being like, no, I'm kind of being like pessimistic, where I'm like, the one fucking time I take off work to actually go to one of these things,
it'll be the time when disaster strikes.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
I think
Maybe
it'll
that would be
great
entertaining for me.
Then you'll have to try to console both of them, depending on how much you like either one.
I'm friendly with her at family functions, but I think that if she ever stopped dating my cousin, I don't think I would ever talk to her again.
Yeah,
just because we do not have like similar social circles at all, and also she's like your age.
Okay.
Like, not my age at all. Like the reason that you and I connected the way that we did is because we worked together. Fuck off. I'm not saying you're old.
I know.
But like we worked together, and that's kind of how we connected. that's not the scenario with this person, and she is like she works in an office building, like professionally, like never gonna see this girl again if she suddenly decides to leave the family.
You never know. Some people can be kind of crazy. Like I think I told you this story before. I told you the story of a girl who was dating my it was like my friend's cousin, and we were friendly with each other. We hadn't talked in like literal years. Like she knew the pizza place that me and my friend were working at, the friend who's cousins with this guy, and she
Mm-hmm.
called in a pizza and she was like, take it to this house specifically. And when I was there, she wasn't there, so I had to call back. She was nah, take it to the pool. And I did, and she was like, "Oh, I'm like the girlfriend of this person that you know." Turns out they hadn't been dating for like weeks before this. She had called to try to see if she could find him to try to like talk with the guy she was dating. And it was like
Insane.
winter. It was insane. It was winter too, and like my hat, like I was wearing a beanie at the time just because it was so cold, it fell off. She's like, "Oh, you dropped your hat, sweetie." And this girl's like my age. She put like the hat back on my head. She's like, "There you go, nice and warm." Like she was like a 40-year-old mom of mine. I'm like, "All right," and I just left, like texting my friend, just like, "Dude, run." It was. She ended up being very nice. Like they ended up reconciling. They became pretty good friends. They had a kid together. Um,
Jesus.
and I met her later on, and she was super nice. It was just the most absurdist way to meet someone.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Like,
Fuck.
they told me the wrong house. They told me my friend's house, which was kind of weird too. And then she just like, just take her to the pool. It's like it's winter. All right.
Was anyone there?
She was. That was
At
it.
the pool?
Yeah. She was
I.
just in the parking lot because our pool's closed during the winter. Thankfully,
Well, yeah,
they
that
don't
makes
just
sense.
leave it open. It was weird. It was a weird situation.
That is a weird situation.
Yeah. She tipped me well though, if I remember correctly. She gave me like it was like a pizza, and she gave me like $10 as a tip.
It's nice.
Yeah. Moral of the story: take pizzas to your friend's crazy stalker, because they'll tip you well at least. That'll be my Thomas the Tank Engine moral of the week.
Okay.
Oh wait. No, I don't have it. I have a train whistle. I was gonna blow it like as Thomas the Tank Engine advice, but I don't have my
Wait,
train
you
whistle
you've
with me.
been planning this?
No, I just have a train whistle. That was just spur of the moment, my dude.
Okay. You were like, I have a train whistle. I was gonna blow it, and I was like, you planned to make
No,
a
I
Thomas the Tank Engine joke?
no, I just happen to have a train whistle and said Thomas.
Okay. Well, on the note of Thomas, I think we should end for the week.
I
We've been going for a solid minute.
it true.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
I don't think we ever introduced ourselves.
No, we didn't do
I
it. at the beginning.
I'm Nikki. Hi. Uh, this is
Hello.
Adam.
Yes, that is me.
Thanks for listening to our podcast. Thanks for sticking around to the end. Fuck, we are not funny, but
Have I ever told you you're a great salesman? I hope I've told you you're a great saleswoman. Sorry.
yeah, you have a couple times at our old job actually.
Well, yeah, that's fair. All right, keep doing what you do.
Hell yeah. I've been given permission to keep going, guys. All right, campers. Today's challenge is to find a reason to keep going.
Don't give me that fucking Disney Channel summer camp challenge, boy.
No,
Don't
it's
give me
fucking.
that.
Have you not seen that meme?
I think I have. It just made me think of the Disney Channel summer games first.
Okay. It's this fucking meme of fucking Chris McClane from Total Drama Island. He's like, all right, the challenge is to find a reason to keep going.
Everyone in the comment section, tell us what's your reason to keep
Yeah,
going.
what's your reason to keep going?
Yeah, mine is at Lowe's. They're having this like this members week thing, and I got a little mini 5-gallon Lowe's paint bucket, which I find is hilarious.
Yeah?
That's my reason for living. Yeah.
That's your reason for
This-
living.
This week at least. Last week it was these little mini Jesuses that we had at work.
Okay. Are you gonna post the picture of mini Jesus, or is that gonna be a mystery?
I'll do it. It might take a little bit of time for me to find the picture.
Okay. I believe it's very recent in our text chain. Because you sent it to me pretty recently.
I've already started digging through my photos.
Alright.
I'm not returning.
Good luck. Yeah, thanks for listening. It's gonna be on the video and the channel and the all of the branding, but our podcast is titled NA. If you want to find us anywhere else, I'm sorry. We just have a real penchant for making podcast names that are difficult to find. Adam, any final words? Any final thoughts? That's Santa.
Yeah, look in his pocket.
I see the Jesus, but wow, that is a creepy ass photo. Holy shit.
I posed him all around the store I work at and a bunch of different things. That's the one I chose. My word of the day is scrumptious. Use it in your everyday life.
That's some good final words, I guess. Not exactly what I was going for, but
Bye.
Yeah, bye.